The Las Vegas Raiders have officially entered crisis mode. Just hours after a gut-wrenching 10-7 loss to the Denver Broncos, the organization dropped a move that sent shockwaves across the NFL, firing special teams coordinator Tom McMahon. It wasn't just a typical post-game adjustment. It was the kind of abrupt, emotional decision that screams of deeper problems beneath the surface. Cameras during the game caught a heated confrontation between head coach Pete Carroll and McMahon on the sidelines, a tense exchange that looked more like a boiling point than a disagreement. Carroll's fury was visible, the frustration raw and unfiltered. When the final whistle blew, McMahon's fate was sealed. This wasn't just about one argument or one loss. It was the culmination of a season spiraling out of control. The Raiders' special teams unit has been a disaster for months. Missed field goals, blown coverages, penalties at crucial moments. Week after week, they found new ways to self-destruct, but the blocked punt against Denver was the final straw. That single play flipped the game, gifting the Broncos their game-winning touchdown. It wasn't just costly, it was emblematic of the Raiders' season, moments of potential crushed by chaos and mismanagement. Pete Carroll, known for his fiery energy and relentless demand for accountability, had seen enough. Sources close to the team revealed that the firing wasn't just a coaching adjustment. It was a message to the locker room. Mediocrity would no longer be tolerated. Players described the atmosphere after the firing as tense, heavy, but necessary. Everyone knew the writing was on the wall. Yet questions immediately arose. Was McMahon truly the issue, or just the scapegoat for something far more systemic? The Raiders' problems run deeper than special teams. Sitting at 2-7, this is a team unraveling on every level. The offense lacks rhythm and confidence, the defense struggles to stay off the field, and the coaching decisions, from play calling to clock management, have been under fire. McMahon's dismissal might shake things up temporarily, but it doesn't solve the cracks spreading across the entire foundation. And then came the injuries, the cruel twist that turned frustration into full-blown despair. During the same game against Denver, the Raiders lost one of their most promising young stars, Jackson Powers-Johnson, to a serious leg injury. Early in the second quarter, he went down awkwardly, clutching his leg as the stadium fell silent. Medical staff rushed over, teammates knelt in concern, and the look on everyone's faces told the story before the diagnosis came. Powers-Johnson couldn't put weight on his leg as he was helped off the field. After the game, Carroll's brief statement that the young lineman would be out for a while carried the kind of dread that only insiders understand. A while in NFL terms means weeks, maybe months. For a player like Powers-Johnson, that's devastating. Drafted in the second round of the 2024 draft, he had quickly become a cornerstone of the offensive line, smart, strong, and composed beyond his years. In just 21 career games, he had already started 19 and earned all rookie honors. His absence was immediately felt. Once he left the field, the offensive line fell apart like a house of cards. Quarterback Geno Smith spent the rest of the night under siege, taking brutal hits from the relentless Denver defense. At one point, he went down clutching his leg after a vicious sack. He finished the game, but the limp was there, the pain visible, and the nightmare didn't stop there. Left guard Dylan Parham suffered a severe ankle sprain, expected to miss significant time. Left tackle Colton Miller, the veteran leader of the line, remains on injured reserve. 3 starters on the offensive line gone. That's not a setback. It's a catastrophe. Without a stable front line, the entire offense collapses. You can't run, you can't pass, you can't even protect your quarterback. It's football's version of losing oxygen. The entire system shuts down. Now the Raiders face the Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football, and the timing couldn't be worse. The Cowboys boast one of the fiercest defensive fronts in the league, led by DeMarcus Lawrence and a crew that thrives on punishing quarterbacks. With backup linemen and practice squad promotions protecting Geno Smith, this matchup has disaster written all over it. The Raiders' coaching staff is scrambling to rework the offensive line, trying to fill impossible gaps. Offensive coordinator Chip Kelly is under immense pressure. He was already being criticized for unimaginative play calling and lack of adaptability, and now he must rewrite the entire game plan in real time. Protecting Geno Smith has become a mission of survival. The truth is, losing Powers-Johnson doesn't just hurt the Raiders physically, it changes their identity. He was the stabilizer, the anchor that allowed Geno time to throw, the linchpin that gave running backs space to breathe. Without him, the offense becomes predictable and fragile. The playbook shrinks, the defense anticipates everything, and confidence evaporates. Each hit on Geno Smith is another reminder of how thin the margin for error has become. Pete Carroll's return to coaching with the Raiders was supposed to mark a new beginning, a revival of discipline, culture, and competitiveness. The organization believed pairing Carroll's defensive mindset with Chip Kelly's offensive innovation could reignite a struggling franchise, but the reality has been far different. The offense ranks among the league's worst, the defense is inconsistent, and special teams just imploded publicly. Carroll, once praised for his upbeat energy and leadership, now finds himself under intense scrutiny. His team looks defeated, disorganized, and out of answers. Inside the Raiders facility, whispers have already started about further changes to the coaching staff. McMahon's firing might just be the start. Assistant coaches are reportedly on thin ice, and the front office is watching Carroll closely. He was brought in to rebuild, but at 2-7, questions are mounting about whether he's the right man for the job. Ownership wants results, not excuses. Fans are growing restless, social media is unforgiving, and every loss tightens the leash. Injuries, inconsistency, and internal tension have pushed this team to its breaking point. What was supposed to be a season of progress has turned into damage control, and the upcoming schedule offers no mercy. With Dallas, Kansas City, and Miami all looming, the Raiders are staring down a brutal stretch that could bury them completely if they don't find answers fast. Now the question becomes, what's next? Can Pete Carroll rally this fractured roster and salvage something from this mess? Or is this the beginning of another painful rebuild in Las Vegas? The firing of Tom McMahon was more than a personnel move. It was a signal flare, a desperate attempt to show accountability in a season where everything else has gone wrong. But accountability alone doesn't win games. The Raiders need identity, leadership, and health, 3 things they currently don't have. As the locker room tries to regroup and the fan base clings to fading hope, the reality is brutal. This season might already be lost. What happens next will determine not just how this year ends, but what kind of team the Raiders will be moving forward. Will they double down on Carroll's vision and ride out the storm, or will ownership decide that another reset is needed? Let's be honest, this is a defining moment for the Raiders organization. They can either fight to restore pride or spiral deeper into chaos. The next few weeks will reveal which path they choose. So what do you think? With half the offensive line gone and the coaching staff in turmoil, do the Raiders still have a chance to turn this around? Or is this the beginning of yet another complete teardown in Las Vegas? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update. Because trust me, the drama in Las Vegas is far from over, and the next chapter might be even crazier than this one.